Greek mythology, there was a king named Sisyphus. He was the cleverest man alive. So clever that he cheated death not once but twice. The gods had enough of him, and so his punishment was not physical torture. They did not want to simply hurt him. They wanted to destroy something far more essential, his love for his life. So here's what they did. They gave him a massive boulder and told him, push it to the top of this mountain, and every time it rolls back down, which it always will, start again. This would continue forever and ever. Now, one must imagine that Sisyphus is the saddest man on earth. French philosopher Albert Camus looked at this story and saw something extraordinary. He said, Sisyphus is not a myth. He is you, he is me. He is every human being who has ever wanted something deeply from life. We all push our boulders, our ambitions, our relationships, our dreams, our need for life to make sense. Sometimes we reach the top and sometimes we don't. And sometimes, no matter how hard we push, the boulders roll back down. Camus had a name for this gap between what we desperately need from life and the universe's complete silence in return, between our efforts and our results. And his most uncomfortable conclusion is that life has no inherent meaning. The universe owes you nothing, no explanation, no purpose, no guarantee. And he said, when a human being truly sees the absurd, they have exactly three choices at their disposal. The first is the physical suicide. Remove yourself completely from the equation and the confrontation between yourself and a meaningless universe. The second is the philosophical suicide. This is where you fill the gap of meaninglessness of life with something superficial. Any belief that says, don't worry, it all means something, just follow these rules and you're going to be okay. It pretends to embrace life while secretly running from it. But the third choice, the one Camus actually believed in, is revolt. With a clear-eyed, defiant decision to live fully, knowing the boulder will roll back down but keep pushing it anyway. And here's what Camus noticed about Sisyphus in that moment, that somewhere on that walk down the mountain, after the boulder has rolled and before he picks it up again, something shifts. Sisyphus sees his situation clearly. He does not look away. He does not invent a god to make it meaningful. He owns his struggle completely in that moment. And in that ownership, gods cannot take anything more from him. Camus observed that one must imagine Sisyphus happy, not because his situation has changed, but because he chose how to meet it.